What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP, guys. We are now observing the pullback that we were talking about just yesterday, right? We were observing the potentials of getting a pullback from this top end of the 283.26 to come back down into the area here of 270.80 to around 265.72 with a potential bottom side of 260.59. You can see that price action right now has approached and has actually touched down into that section here. Now, I'm not saying that this is the bottom side. What I am saying here is to maintain aware over the support bounds that we're currently sitting in. Okay, guys, this is also kind of instilled by BTC's movement. Okay, guys, so remember that we got a 5-day close just yesterday, I believe, right, on BTC, and this means what? I tell you guys all the time, right, guys? We are looking at 60 to 70% probabilities of getting a 30 to 50% prior bar pullback, and this is your new bar here, right? And of course, right, we're observing the potentials of the prior bar pullback at its 50% valuation. Now, if you pair where this price action has recently stopped, right, it kind of bounced from this area here, which is equivalent to the zone that we're already in within XRP. If you go ahead and put a line across there, then you're going to see here that we're stopping at a very, very confluent zone, right? So right about here, this is the opening valuation of this green bar here and the closing valuation of this red bar. Now, as you can see, there's still a little bit of space to go, right? If we can come down here, that's also highly viable, right, guys? If we then go ahead and make another trend line here right at about that point, then you're going to go ahead and notice that we are also confluent, or we're also in concert here with these candles, right? The opening and closing bases of these, right? So good stuff. That means that in fact BTC may have a little bit of I'd say a range, right, of support. So that would be your zone, right, guys? So let's go ahead and just kind of jot it down just like that here and draw the bottom side just about like this, right? This is highly confluent, right, guys? We have many zones here that price action may actually consider. These would be your might as well targets, right? But I will admit that there has been a pretty, in reality speaking, guys, 6, 7, 8, 9, $300. It's kind of a sneeze for a $100,000 asset, right, guys? So yeah, granted that it did have a nice little bounce from here, guys, we still shouldn't put it aside that we can potentially drop into this area here. So what would those zones be? Let's go ahead and put the receipts right on this, right, guys? So the reason we're looking at BTC is because it is obviously mitigating price here from the rest. It's actually distributing the price to the rest of the market as well. It's dependent on it. Okay, guys? So XRP, remember, we still have the support bounds here, and these would be equivalent to the bottom sides that we're expressing here for the BTC price action. Okay, guys? So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to trigger the algorithm, that the Alpha 1, right? The one that I'm telling you to pick up, I am going to trigger it at those bottom sides because I'm going to take advantage of a bull run, algorithmically speaking, guys. And that is how this thing is able to generate that kind of income over just about 21 to 22 days. Okay, guys? I really mean 21 to 22 days. If you just look back here, right? If you just look back at the trades all the way down, the beginning of the trade here was January 26th, guys. January 26th this year to right now, which is February 16th, right? So you're talking about 20 days here, man. So whatever the case is, man, make sure to grab this thing because this is the kind of performance that I can make, right, guys? This would be now a $35,786 account. At this point, it has generated 257% over the span of just about the 21 days, using a starting basis of a $10,000 account, risking 3,000 coins per trade, guys, given that we are within the zero commissions tier within Kraken, right, guys? So please get it at the top link over here before it's too late, because I'm about to trigger the buy. And if it does return what I'm thinking, guys, this is the bull run that's going to give us the answer here overall, and it will no longer be mentioned ever again. Okay, guys? So XRP now bouncing from this area here, right, guys? So like I said, let's go ahead and just give it some time here in case this would be, in case, there would be a lower bound here going into the $2.60 zone, 260.59. So why don't we just go ahead and quantify that right now? Let's go ahead and use Yeah, let's go ahead and use some mathematics here to understand the probabilities of reaching some lower values of those, right? So let's go ahead and kind of dive down here to a more granular level using the 5-minute time frame here. Yeah, we're already getting weakness here, some exhaustion from the bulls in this bounce, right? We can see it here through the disbursement of returns. That would be volatility and linear. So you can see here that we're starting to contract, right? Guys, use this as your acceleration, right? So the more acceleration we have, that means the more participation there is, right? More participants in the market means more shorting, more buying, more whatever, just more volume, right? So if we have more volatility here, think of that throttle being accelerated, being pressed down, and what we use here for the direction bias would actually be your stochastic momentum indicator, right? So stochastic momentum would give us that direction bias, and it's seems as though it has a little bit of weakness coming in, right? Let's look at the 10-minute time frame now. So 10-minute time frame still has a fair enough of strength coming in. That's pretty good. We just opened up a new 10-minute bar. We just got that 50% prior bar retrace, right? This thing could lead towards a continuation to the upside, seeing that this has a pretty nice amount of volatility and upside on stochastics. 15-minute time frame. Let's see. So it just opened and it's slowing down, right? It did curve pretty nicely here because of that huge green bar, but what would this do? So if it does have 15 minutes of upside, let's go ahead and check on the 30-minute to see if it still has some of that upside suggestion as well. Well, no, it doesn't. And in fact, this may still have a little bit of upside left to go, which means that we're pretty close to observing a resistance level, and it would be 30 minutes of average true range. Now, let's go ahead and see if the hourly is pivoted downward. It's not downward just yet, so which means we still have a little more upside to go, and a little more upside to go. Even still on the buy hourly, it still has it still has that kink. Look at that. It still has a little bit of a kink there, so no. All right, so let's go to the 3-hour. And there it is. All right. So the 3 hours pivoted straight to the downside. That means that we have about 3 hours worth of upside. So we still have about an hour and 57 minutes to close the 3-hour time frame here. So let's go ahead and quantify that data. So we have a current ATR value of just about 6 cents, right? So that would be 0.0570. Okay, guys. So that would give us, let's see, a current ATR top of about 2.78. So that would give us $2.78 in resistance. Right, guys? So that would lead us to around this target here. Okay, so now what would that target be historically, right? Not in the 30-minute time frame, but using this more in maybe a daily time frame. Like, what is that there? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that and observe what there could be there. Okay, well, yeah, but you know what? I do think that we're using this as a conversion of support for now. 272.67, right? Anywhere down here, right? Even down to here, which could be at that 269.20, which is where we touched down already. So the upside here could lead into the resistance levels of this zone here. Okay, guys. So otherwise, it feels like if we start combating above this $2.78 zone, we might as well touch down at the 283 again, and then kind of linger in here. Let's find out what would happen afterward, though, right? So 3 hours of time frame downside. Upside is what we're looking at, but also the start of the downside would be on the 3 hour as well. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame and see. Downside in the 4 hour is still going. We still have some downside on the 6 hour, but mind the contraction, right? So that means that there is kind of a lack of sell side conviction on this perspective. 8-hour time frame would also kind of display here some type of weakness coming in. And the 12-hour time frame, let's see, same situation, right? Still, however, giving us giving us that downside bias. All right, so we would have a total of 1 day's worth of downside. That would be an equivalent to 22 cents, just about 23 cents, so 0.228. And if we can go ahead and look at the ATR low for that, then that would put us at around $2.53 on the daily ATR low. Now, if we look at the 12-hour time frame with its last suggestion, since the daily time frame does have an upside pivot, let's just kind of take into consideration the 12-hour time frame too, with a 0.145 cent retrace, right, on the average true range. So that would put us at a low of about $2.61 And magically speaking, that is absolutely where we're suggesting things to kind of go to. Okay, guys? So very, very, very interesting times. Very, very awesome times with mathematics here, guys. If you would like to know how this is done, please go ahead and reach out to me at arcmasterscourse@gmail. I do have a few emails that came in. I'll go ahead and reply to those as soon as humanly possible. But please make sure to get in touch with me for the beginners charting and trading mentorship program. Of course, it's already started, but we film these lectures that are hosted by me. You're doing it live with me, right? And I will be able to get you caught up and brought back into the live situation with our existing master students. Okay, guys? So make sure to do that. Make sure to get your guys the algo before it disappears forever and ever and ever. And also, kind of keep an eye on these targets right here. Okay, guys? So I love you very much. Thank you so much for all of your support. Throw those ATWs at the very bottom side of this damn thing, man. Put them in the chat right now. I love you guys so much for always supporting the ARCa Bulls team. And let's go ahead and push on forward. Have a great, great weekend and a great President's Day. All right, team? I love you all, and we will chat very, 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 very soon. All right, team? Peace out, everybody. Adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, but everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night and or day. And I will catch you at the bell on Tuesday. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.